Wow, Tony. That is an amazing trailer as always. It looks like the season 5 will be an exciting journey for everyone. But before we start, let me introduce myself. I am Ririi. I'm one of the builders since season 3, and this is the Echoes of Valhalla, dedicated podcast where we talk all things about the RTV Valheim, including dedicated servers, exclusive lores, exclusive mods, and many more. Let me introduce to you my co-hosts, Porgs and Cass.
Hi guys, I'm Porgs, the chicken breeder ng Draconians and also member ng Season 4 Hall of Champions.
Awesome. Hi guys, I'm Cass. I am one of the heroes in S4. I also write a lot of season exclusive lore that has a lot of inside jokes, also known as chismes. Finally, please welcome our very special guest, none other than the RTV admin, Igdra himself.
Hello.
Hi, Ig.
Hey, how's it going?
Bigyan mo naman kami ng konting intro dyan.
My name's Ig. I do this as a hobby. Manage servers, modding, just making a community, I guess, for Valheim. That's pretty much it. I don't really like...
Pero grabe no, Season 5, it's been years since you started managing your own server.
Yeah, I agree.
Ano yung what made you decide to start your own server?
Alright, well, nag-start siya when Valheim was released. I played the game, I loved it, especially the building part. So I joined this server. So I grinded for like a whole week, I built all these like cool houses and structures. Mostly mga 3 houses para safe. That's what I always do. After a week of playing, yung server owner decided, I don't know, he just had enough. So he just deleted the hosting. So that kind of annoyed me. So after I decided, you know what? Nah, screw it. I'll just make my own. So that's how it started, I guess.
That is something we didn't know, especially for those who started late. Because I
Yeah.
myself started in season 3, I think, 1 to 2
Same
years
here.
ago. So it's my first time of hearing that story. Is there anyone here na kasama ni Ig on the first server or?
No, it was just me. It was just me solo playing. I joined I think Oceania server, was it? Or was it US? I forgot. I don't know, I just thought of creating a community, a server now. It's really you're not gonna lose your progression like in a week, and it's frustrating. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Might as well just make my own. Make sure na hindi mangyari sa iba because it's frustrating to do or to build stuff or do progression sa game and then suddenly it's all gone, right? Ilang araw mo pinagpuyatan yun. And then suddenly after like 5 days, 6 days, it's all gone. So yeah, that's where it started.
So everyone here started playing Valheim. Can you share us the story?
So sa akin, I start playing RTV since by server pa siya. Before meron siyang 4 servers, dun ako sa 4th server sa Mali which is yung Jotunheim. Hindi pa ata siya modded version before, pretty much vanilla lang and more on PvE. Then after that, doon na dumating yung season 1. It's more like parang minerge na ata ni Ig yung lahat ng servers na yun. Kaya merong 4 different clans before. Clan Odin, Clan Loki, Clan Thor, and then yung hidden clan Hela. Yun yung season na sobrang challenging, sobrang grindy. Yung grind na para lumakas yung character mo. Tsaka napaka-chaotic yung season na yan in a fun way. Kasi yun yung season na makikita lang kayo ng kabilang clans, magpapatay na kagad kayo. Then, tsaka may time doon na pati yung mismong village nyo ni-raid. Yung raid doon, hindi monster nang raid, kundi tao rin. Then, yeah, you're forced to defend your village because of that. Kaya napilitan na rin si Ig na gumawa ng islands para sa mga clans para ma-prevent yung scenario.
Grabe,
Ayan.
wala talaga structure, no? Talagang do or die lang eh.
Kita mo yung mga per clans may mga dojo sila para ma-enhance yung skill nila. Kasi dati pwede pa magpa-level ng skill sa mga bato eh. Then,
So it's that early? Oh my God.
Parang matutuwa yung mga Draconians dyan. Mga Draconians naglalaban sa isa't isa eh. That season.
yung season 4, Draconians nagpapatayan.
Sila-sila na lang, di nila mahanap yung kalaban. So, Cass, how about your story?
Nag-start lang ako ng solo eh. Pero eventually, the world is too big, mabobore ka pag ikaw lang mag-isa. So, eventually, nagana rin ako. Naggawa din ako ng modded worlds. Pero, I guess it just felt too empty. Actually, RTV wasn't my first server. Nag-join ako sa ibang server na Parang ako rin yung nagsasuggest ng mods. Kaya naboard talaga ako. Kasi parang alam ko na yung mangyayari. Parang predictable na lahat. Eventually, one of the friends who were with me in that same server discovered RTV. Tapos sabi niya, join daw kami sa RTV. Tapos ending, yung mga kasama ko sa server na yun na lumipat sa RTV, hindi din sila masyado naglaro. Tapos ending ako lang din yung nakababan. So, ayun, that's how I started playing Valheim and then eventually discovering RTV.
We actually have similar story kasi back then, season 3 ata, nahuli kaming pumasok because we tried different
Yeah.
servers and then for us, it's too unbalanced. And then we discovered RTV and we liked it. And also, I remember you're one of the few people who helped us ng mga first weeks namin in RTV.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember.
yeah, I
Nagtitrade
remember
tayo
it.
ng we were trading black metal for iron.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yung
iron was
iron.
so scarce.
I think the Valheim has a feature now. Now we can edit the difficulty. So what made you decide to stay in RTV and not play or on different servers?
Mas enjoyable kasi pag may kalaro ka ring iba. Then, yun, si Ig din. Dedicated siya mismo sa server. Then, nag-add siya ng mga modded na pwedeng laruin ng mga members niya. Like yung ngayon. Kaya nakaka-excite maglaro.
Same here. Not just for the reason na may kalaro. Nababantayan kasi yung server. So, yung mga toxic behaviors, or mga toxic players, mabilis silang mawala. Nung dumating ako nung season, I actually just started playing with RTV season 3 na. Tapos, parang may nakita din ako kagad na doon, mga nag-a-abuse ng mechanics ng game. Pero nakita ko na wala din sila kagad. Which is nice. Tapos, nasasaway din naman kagad yung mga tao kapag when they're being unpleasant in a way. So, yeah, that's why I'm staying with RTV.
I see. For me naman, it was the community. Like you guys said, like we can all play naman the game on different server, but I think I love the people in here. They're all friendly and we have that just right amount of competitiveness wherein gusto nating mag-grind every day. I think that's what made the RTV special aside from hosts or dedicated admins that we have, which is Igdra, wherein nakikinig talaga siya sa suggestions natin. So that's what's made me wait for the seasons to come.
That's tricky sometimes though, because like there's so many different things that other players want, and minsan nagka-clash. Everyone has their own different opinion, which is a bit tricky sometimes. But like it's hard decisions. Like you have to think of the majority, not just like a few people. Now we want this way, because it's always going to be a cause and effect of what's going to happen to the server. Some people don't understand yung many trial and errors done sa previous servers, that they don't understand it yet. Kaya yung ibang reason is I do things that it's sometimes it doesn't seem like mali yung approach ko. Like a good example would be a mod that, what do you call this? Yung nag-restore lahat. Tony, do you remember that? Yung nag-restore ng mga minerals, precious metals and stuff like that. Yung mga caves. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
cool.
familiar with
But
that
the
one.
problem is it then causes lag later on because it stacks up everything. So
True, true.
those minor details, and yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
Yan. So, malapit na yung season 5 ng RTV, which is called Riders of Valhalla.
Mhm.
What can we expect with this season ba? And when do you plan to release it? I mean, meron bang ballpark, may estimated date ba when it's gonna be released? Also, what are the key differences
Okay.
between vanilla servers and season 5 of RTV?
Well, essentially, what we want to do for this next season is we continue yung what happened last season, the storyline where there was a war between two clans, Valkyrian and Draconian, that already ended, right? It ended, and with the dragons coming back, yung approach natin this time would be the dragons and Vikings working together. Same with the two clans; they're already like at peace. So that's pretty much the main approach, is introducing yung dragon mounts and flying mounts. Not too OP, because I made sure it's well balanced and the dragons are like just there to provide transportation support. That's Yeah. It's going to be the same thing. There's no private portals, just public portals from towns. I think that's how the game should be played, but some people think differently. Um, I find that the game becomes a bit boring if you actually can not create portals everywhere. So
True, true.
that's the approach we're going for. With the dragons, is going to be variations of dragons. It's up to you kung saan mo like it's a secret on how to discover. So it's going to be up to the players. In
That
terms
sounds
of
very juicy.
yeah, in terms of PvP, it's going to be mostly PvE, but just a small amount of PvP. So it's going to be sort of the same. The map's gonna get split into two for two clans para walang agawan ng resources. But there's only gonna be one location and map where it's PvP on. I'm thinking maybe Mistlands and Ashlands, or
Oh.
just Mistlands. Just to give the PvP players a bit of because some people like competitiveness a bit. They like PvP, so
Yeah.
it will give them that because ang goal ko is to cater on all different types of players. Meaning there's because in Valheim there's so many different types of players. Eh. You've got people like they just want to chill at home. They just want to gather resources, want to build the builders. And then you got mga players na they don't want to build but they just want to explore. They want to catch monsters. They want to finish the game, hack and slash. And then you got the PvP players looking for, I don't know, they grind as well to get better gear so that they can verse other people. Those are the those are the few different variations ng mga types of players. And as much as possible, we want to cater to everyone. Para lahat is, it's open for everyone. The thing I don't want to happen again, and other servers I think still do it, is they just full on do PvP, and I find that medyo frustrating because it's nothing's more annoying than building everything and nagpuyat ka ng ilang araw then suddenly if you guys show up to your property sa landmine and they destroy everything and loot all your stuff. So I'm not sure if you've experienced in Sabang server yan, but we've got a few players that experienced that Sabang server, and it's just not fun. I think it's a parang waste of time if it's you're doing it that way, like a Rust way. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Rust, but
Ah, yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
do that kind of thing here. It's always gonna be ilan pang ilan na to? I think fifth. How many servers have I made? Because in my first server it was like 4 servers, right? But I haven't started the season on that, but I have like 4 or 5 servers, and then I started the season. So all throughout those entire like servers I've handled, there's always like things I can improve on, how para mas mag-enjoy yung player experience, and how to avoid and get rid of like toxic players or griefers or yun nga, to avoid any kind of conflict. Sometimes hindi mo talaga siya maiiwasan. Some people create conflicts. But I just look at it as it's content for players, right? Um, some people will get offended by it or get annoyed. Why did this and that? But I see it as okay, this is content. But as soon as like it goes overboard, that's where I step in and you gotta dial it down. And then yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
to cater
That's why
for.
that's why there's a lot of balancing even in the middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, Porgy, do you have a question for King?
For me, for this upcoming season, is it for PH players only or pang international din siya players?
So with that, I'm trying to like minimize yung ano. If I could just have PH players, that'd be great. Kasi Valheim still, I don't think they still have fixed the issue where if you're playing with someone from US, it will still like drag everyone else's FPS. Di pa niaayos yung ano na yun eh. But hopefully one day they'll fix that issue. But yeah, to answer your question, as much as possible, yeah, PH. But we've got players na from back then pa na naglalaro na taga ibang bansa and we let them play. Because they're the OGs. They've been supporting RTV for ages. You know that, Porgs.
Yes.
So yeah, but I do get messages, especially sa Facebook page, from like different countries, Europe, mostly Europe, US, and before, kasi I think season 2 was it. I had like Joms Viking. I've combined the Joms Viking, which is a bunch of Aussies and Canadians and US, and a bit of conflict with the connection. FPS gets dragged down, so ngayon we just want to limit that one. But yeah, that's it for that.
Okay.
PH players.
So, about the membership sa RTV server,
Mhm.
is it gonna cost anything for the players or
Oh yeah, okay. So with
is it
that,
gonna be
we're not
free?
gonna do the same thing like I did last time than last season. Because last season, what we did right is I charged people um to play the game, to support yung the server, to pay for the server, to pay for the admins that would run events. Um, because that's how you sustain the server. I thought it was like the best move, and not to do the transaction like what everyone else is doing. Because like you see other servers, they would, yeah, okay, they would say server's free, right? And then they join the server, and then the owner of the server is selling boats. Like they're charging players like $10. They're charging players $4 for award, right? Even materials, iron, binibenta yung iron. I actually had one player message me personally, and he said, "I want to buy black metal. I want to buy this, this, and that." And I said, "We don't do that here." And then he got
Really?
annoyed, and then umalis siya. And I said, "Listen, that's fine. And you can join this other server. I know this guy, and he probably do that kind of thing." And to me, it just ruins the game. Okay, to me, it's a disrespect for the people na nag-grind dun sa server. Because like if you want to rent out your time sa ibang player, that's fine. If you want to pay another player, that's fine. But because they're using their own time. But if a server owner or a server itself is selling materials sa players, wood, it doesn't matter what it is, boat, wood, iron, ores, whatever, weapons, then that kind of like defeats the purpose of the game, and it's just not fun anymore for everyone. And you pretty much taking advantage of the player. The only reason I'm charging before was, like I said, to maintain the server, to pay for the server. Because I think the server was a bit pricey. Yeah, I got the highest one, and also I was paying the event organizers to do some stuff for me. But yeah, but for this season, to answer your question, no, we're not gonna charge players. What I'm gonna do though is I'm just gonna create an NPC, and I'm gonna put cosmetics. No weapons, no strong weapons, no nothing. It's just cosmetics, pets, and skins. And it's up to the player if they want to support the server. That's I think that's the approach for this season.
Uh,
Um, because like the idea from before, matagal namin pinag-isipan yun eh. Do we really want to do this and charge people? There's a lot of people who are gonna complain. But then I just asked myself when I made that decision, am I willing to pay for a server? Now I know I've got peace of mind. I'm not gonna be hassled. Server is gonna be up. I know it's not gonna go down in the next 3 days or so. And I've got events and I've got people that actually care about the server. So I said yeah. That's why I went with it. But like I said, for this season, it's gonna be free, and it's just gonna be based on, well, if player wants to support the server.
Also, there will be new players and players who wish to play this season. So, what kind of players are you looking for to join the RTV community?
Honestly, I just want players to actually enjoy the game. Like regardless of what I know, what kind of play style they do. Um, The only thing I don't like are the yung mga, they want to finish the game in like a couple of hours. That's why I try to create gates. I don't know if
Not
you've
in
noticed.
RTV.
Hmm.
Not in
So
RTV.
yeah. So with that, that's why I create gates. I have like push players away on certain locations, and we do release dates on specific biomes so that everyone's on a even playing field. Pare-parehas lahat, and it's a bit, for me, it's exciting. I play a few days of meadows, and then, oh, okay, in a few days they're gonna release Black Forest, or yay, sweet, I go to Black Forest, and then the next following few days, then you got the Snow Mountain release, stuff like that. I think that's the best way para ma-counter yung mga ganun types of players. So everyone's welcome. Like I said, if they wanna come and play, and that's their play style, go for it. That's fine. But they won't be able to do it on our TV because yun yung approach natin sa server. I love builders, by the way. I love chill players and builders.
Yeah, I remember last season, Ririi
Mm.
built a boat on land. As in, literally, piece by
Mm.
piece niya binuo
Yeah, that was nice.
yung
Yeah.
Yeah, nakita ko kasi I was thinking of something to build na hindi pa nabubuo. And I was really kanino ba? Kay Sinat. Kay Sinat tapos kay I remember that one builder from season 3 na nagugustuhan ko talaga yung mga builds, and then naisip ko lang I want something na nakakaiba. So I thought of both, and then yun. And I'm glad na
there's
nagustuhan niyo yung both.
yeah, it
That's
was
good.
awesome. There's even this one player. I'm not sure if it was you, Riri, or if it was someone else. He captured a troll. He dragged it back to his island using an abyssal
Really yata.
harpoon.
Yeah, it was ship.
Then,
'Cause
so it was sheep. So
yeah,
he dragged the he dragged the troll using a harpoon via boat back to his island, then put the troll somehow on top of that huge ship that he built on his island. So crazy.
yeah,
I'm not sure. I wish Tony can
siya
show
yun.
that here.
I think it took him about 2 hours. He was like, look at this." Sabi ko, "Nasaan ka?"
Yeah, I
And he
was
was
there.
in nasa dagat siya, "Sunduin mo ako, sunduin mo, mamamatay na." It's something like that. And then nagulat ako may troll sa likod. Because he wants to build something na he wants his ship to look better than mine. So he did that.
So competitive, no?
Yeah, although I built that ship too. So weird.
So, can you give us a sample when it's the possible release for this season?
Well, released yung exact date would be Friday next week. Para everyone's like on their days off. I was thinking of Saturday, but then it was just like, yeah, you know what? We'll just go Friday night release day. I don't have exact time, but it's going to be Friday night. That's when we release the server.
Thank you.
Mm.
So also we have a few. We asked the community and also new players
Mhm.
their question. What new players are thinking to join the RTV?
Yeah. So first question came from Mang Isko. Sabi
Mhm.
niya, if you will rank RTV seasons, what is the best one and what is the worst one for you?
I think. Oh boy, I think season one. It's tied between season one and season two. Because season one, we didn't have any anti cheats. I didn't know how to make mods back then, so I was just trusting people to, like, play fair and not cheat. But you see that what they're doing. They're bringing items in, but that's fine. And a few dramas sa season one, because the game was hindi pa talaga siya refined before, especially in modding. Season two was very stressful, I think. Was season two the one where we had like four different clans,
I
Porgs?
think
With
season 1 yun eh. Season 1 and 2.
oh, yeah, yeah, okay,
Combination na
okay.
siya.
Okay, well then I think season one was the stressful one.
Yes. Chaotic nga yung season.
Yeah, very chaotic. Yeah, very, very chaotic. Because you have like four different clans at each other's throat. Tapos meron pang the hidden clan, but which is the Joms Viking, the international ones. And every day there was like conflict of arguments. Kasi parati silang parati silang kill on sight, and then they were forming clans forming alliances at each other to defeat the others.
Yes.
And then
Tsaka,
you got like a clan member that betrayed and joined another clan, and then that was a lot of things that happened. So I think that
What?
was the most stressful one.
may mga nagnanakaw pa.
Anong season 2 ulit?
Season
Season 2?
one.
Season
Oh,
1 and
season 1.
It was
I
season
think it
one.
was season 2. One of the Draconians told me that season 2 was also chaotic.
Yeah, season two is also a bit chaotic.
Yeah.
Um, it's I don't know the way the map was created. Medyo, it was really it gave me a lot of headache.
Is that the reason why you made season 3 full PvE?
uh yes, yes, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Trauma.
I just wanted to relax because some players, when they get into it, talaga they get into it. It's like and I understand because some players, okay. Do you know what Kayfabe is?
Not
Kayfabe?
really.
Kayfabe, yeah, Kayfabe. So Kayfabe is what wrestlers use. So it's like pretend to be someone else, and you're in character. That's what Kayfabe is. And some players are like
Oh,
that. They have Kayfabe, and they're playing their actual role in the game. Like, and then you got
Oh.
people that think that they're actually serious, and then they get offended, and then conflict happens back and forth. But whereas it's really a misunderstanding of the different types of player, if you get what I'm saying. Like,
so basically they had their own assumptions of what should happen.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And then you got the players like, oh, this person is mayabang, this and that, and toxic na sinira niya ganito. And then the other person's like, he doesn't get it. I'm playing a role, this and that. And then conflict happens, and then it's a misunderstanding. But yeah, I guess the best season for me uh would be, I think, last season. I think last season was the best season. Everything was like, I love everything. The story, everyone was into it. Everyone was pitching in their pitch on story. Um, the gears, the weapons, the towns that we've created, NPCs. Oh, that was a lot of freaking stress though, because I had to edit so much on configs, and no one else does
Mm,
configs. No one else knows how to do configs, admin. So I had to do everything. Um, but yeah, I think last season was the best season. Bit of minor hiccups here and there, but it is what it is. You just learn from it. If shit hits the fan like that, hindi mo makokontrol yung tao. You just have to move on and readjust and just try not to stress about things. But all in all, it was fun. It was fun, the events. I wish I did more events though, but I think with this season, I think the events that I'm gonna do is more on like for everyone, more of like a race type, or for everyone to enjoy. Para hindi masyadong tribalism. Wala yung like us versus you. Eh, Kinda, ano. We want to mix it up for this season because, like I said, it's already peace. We've defeated the main enemy last season, so it's time for chill. Enjoy the game, play the game, collect some monsters, catch cool dragons, craft cool things. With the crafting, I made it not so super grindy like last season. It's still grindy, but
that's good to hear.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
definitely.
because that's a mistake on my end. Like for this season, I want everyone to experience yung iba-ibang types of weapons. Now, I don't want people to experience that like grinding something for like a month or weeks. Um, the idea was for last season why I did that is so that because when you grind and when you craft something and you're only the few people that has it, there's a feeling of the feeling is so good because you've achieved something. But I just realized I think if I'm gonna be adding all these different weapons, not cool weapons, I want everyone to experience the weapons or the gears or the armors. So that's the thing that I've tweaked from last season. It's not gonna be the same, but it's not gonna be super easy, but it's not gonna be super hard.
Yeah, I agree that yung kakaibang weapons is like, it's nice to have it na ikaw lang. But my
Mm-hmm.
problem last season maybe was we barely see each other. I barely see Draconians and
Mm-hmm.
even yung kalaban na tribe, we barely see each
Mm-hmm.
other unlike season 3 wherein nakakasalubong talaga namin sila sa town.
Mm-hmm.
Like lagi namin silang nakikita. So maybe that's one of the things that's nice to hear now. We can see each other now more often,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully. Yeah.
My question is, will there be events? If yes, specifically, what kind? I mean, you mentioned earlier na you want something more chill, not so
Mm-hmm.
competitive. Do you have more concrete ideas of the events?
Yeah. Well, so
Go ahead.
with that, right? Sorry to cut you. For this season, we will have events like I want to focus more on like building events. You know, like for example, I'm gonna be giving you got like 5 people or 10 people doing the event, and it's a building event. You are given 500 pieces of wood to create something awesome, and then there are people gonna judge, and there's only three people that are gonna win for like it's going to be like a building competition event, and then with this still gonna be competitiveness, but like I said, I want to eliminate yung super tribalism. So what I'm gonna do is it's going to be sort of like I don't know if you know the TV show Physical 100, so Netflix,
Yeah, I'm
where
familiar with that.
they compete, right? They compete, but there's no team. Like whoever is picked on your side at random, that is going to be your team. If you pass to the next event, it's gonna get mixed up again up until to the last bit of the event. Whoever wins, there's only going to be 3 people that wins. So that's like you're essentially competing with everyone, but you have to work with a random person to get to the goal to win the event. And there's no specific teammates, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. So
and then we're gonna
more.
have more racing events like dragon racing events, stuff like that.
So
Yeah, we're so excited.
there's no division, unlike there's no huge division between the two clans, unlike
No,
the past
there's no
season.
huge division. The
I see.
clan is just there because they're part of the clan. That's their clan. But there's no conflict anymore. It's like a working ecosystem of both different religion and beliefs. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Ito naman, question from Jewel. Meron bang single from the new players?
Meron bang single na ano?
Hindi pa natin ito masasagot ngayon.
Hindi ko masasagot yan. Pagka-release ng server, I guess, we will know.
Ito, from Secret Guy. I don't know if Aeterna, by the way, Aeterna is one of our newest players from Season 4. This question
Mhm.
is for you. Dito para kay Indra. Taken na ba si Aeterna? Mukhang meron
Yeah,
pang hindi nakaka-move on from Aeterna last season.
I remember last season may nagbigay ata kay Aeterna ng something something nice from other clan.
So
Yeah.
basically last season as for we had two clans, two opposing clans that who are fighting each other to the death. Then there's this guy who won. I'm not gonna name drop. There's this guy who won a very sparkly prize, which is the rarest pickaxe in the game. And he decided that it would be a good idea to give it to Eterna, who was from the opposing clan, and it kind of became a thing.
Well, it happens. Got a player from season 1 and 2 na nagkatuluyan sila. And they ended up
Oh,
together, and then they're gonna get married soon. I think next year. So, and they're gonna have a kid soon. So that's cool.
that is so cool. Yung community magkaka-babies na soon. That's so nice to
Yeah,
hear.
it's insane.
Eto, from Choco Banana naman. Ang sarap naman ng pangalan. Are we going to have Deikthyr this season? Okay guys, for context lang, Deikthyr is a boss from season 3 na supposedly asawa siya ni Aeterna. The huge difference is si Aeterna, pwede mo siyang ma-one hit. Pero si Deikthyr, kaya kanyang i-one hit.
One hit.
Yes, there's a big revamp on what Deikthyr looks like, his abilities,
Oh,
yung drops niya. Yes.
my God.
It's still it big difference in the revamp, but still the same in a way where it's still one hit delete.
Parang
So
naging
yeah.
Souls game yung Valheim bigla.
So next question from Links. Sino ang pinaka-favorite mong RTV lore character?
Oh boy, I think my favorite would be Toski. Toski's number one. Because like he's supposed to be the super Viking. He's the very first Viking pumunta sa Mistlands. He used to sell like wild animals illegally. And then he upgraded from that to owning a tavern. And then he loses the tavern, but he's just a monster. That one, like I think in season 2 there was an NPC Toski that's running around Deep North. So if you meet him, he'll kill you straight up. And then I used Toski back then to punish players that were, I think, being a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Not following the rules. So Toski shows up and starts like rampaging, destroying everything, killing everyone in the location. But he's still on the sides. I can still spawn him anytime pag kailangan. But
Oh
yeah,
my
he's my
God.
favorite. Si Toski. Toski's a monster, that one.
May almighty Viking para nakabantay all the time. Kahit walang
Yeah.
admin.
Yes. I'll tell you, there's a few players na traumatized kay Toski. Because Toski used to own like his own house, and then players would come in and try to steal things. And then it's
Oh.
just a walking NPC. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's another admin just chilling there. They don't know. Because we have our own model ng Toski. But yeah, Toski, 100%.
Okay, so next question naman, it's me, Joey. I'm a vanilla player. I just played 30 hours of Valheim, but I want to be part of the server. What advice can you give me?
My advice is to just wait. Did you say new player? New player lang?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
played 30 hours of Valheim though. And he's a vanilla player.
Well, that's fine. I'll guarantee you enjoy 100%, but you just take it easy. You don't rush things. You just enjoy everything. Like whatever you're into in the game, you want to grind, um, or you want to just do hack and slash or builds up to you. Do what you want. Do what you feel like you want to do. No one's gonna force you to do anything in this server. That's the cool thing about RTV. We don't force you to do anything. It's up to you how you want to play the game and when you want to play the game.
Yeah, to add lang din sa sinabi ni Ig. Actually, we had one player, a new player of Valheim from Season
Mm-hmm.
4, si Aeterna. When we asked about her, yung experience niya with playing Valheim, sabi niya, this is the first time she played Valheim and it was already in RTV, modded na kagad. So, if you're gonna ask me, or maybe ask Aeterna, if you meet her and you play with her, I don't think that there's much difference between playing vanilla and playing in RTV because everything is quite similar. Walang hidden mechanics. There's just a lot more items, a lot more stuff to grind, and a lot more friends to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think RTV is one of the best server that you can start with from vanilla. So that's my comment from someone din na nanggaling sa vanilla, and RTV was the first one na ginrind ko talaga because it's really good. So now going to the next question. This is from Hotdog ni Atibak. What a weird name.
What the name?
Um his question is, what's good on RTV?
Parang nasagot na natin to na ilang beses.
Yeah, definitely. No,
Parang
yeah.
I think we're looking for a more
What's
specific
good in
question.
RTV? Join RTV and play the game
There you
and
go.
find out for yourself. That's it.
Sure. Ito naman from Shadow Heart. I'm with my friends, planning to try your server. Ano pong
Mm-hmm.
difference ng modded server sa hindi?
Well, it's a lot more fun, more refined, more things to do. I mean, I'm not saying vanilla is not good. Vanilla is really good, but it's like, ano bang mas magandang explanation? Pag kumakain ka ng pagkain, there's just so much ulam if you're playing modded. And then, kumakain ka ng pagkain na isa lang yung ulam. It's still good. You still get full. It's nice. But that's the main difference. There's just more stuff to do. There's just more stuff to build, to craft, and more content out of what you typically have because the lifespan of vanilla is very limited.
It's very
Whereas,
short.
yeah,
Very short once you're used to the game.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's and then it gets bland later on because you're eating the same thing, diba?
Yeah, over and over.
Whereas, yeah.
To add to that then, if you're playing vanilla kasi with friends, like for example, three of us are playing and
Mhm.
I'm the one hosting. One of the challenges when it comes to that situation kasi is once I turn off my PC, the server is gone. Right? Unlike may modded, may dedicated server tayo na host ni Igdra, the server is open pretty much 24/7. And anytime kayo available ng friends nyo, pwede kayo maglaro. And there will always be players online kasi magkakaiba naman tayo ng mga shift, ng sarili natin.
I'll add something. The most important thing, the difference is that when you're playing vanilla, there's so many shenanigans that can happen. When you're playing modded, there's 100% security, and people get blocked if they try to cheat or they try to bring items in game. I guess yun yung pinaka-isa sa main perks ng modded, the security of the server.
Mm,
But yeah.
that's cool.
I think RTV is one of the few servers who offers that actually. I tried joining vanilla servers before.
Mhm.
I really noticed na may nagbibigay ng materials from their own worlds. And
Mhm.
I did the same. So after that, after like 2 days, nagsawa din ako. So
It
I
Worth
think
it
it
na
gets
kagad.
tempting, eh? Even if, and I'm not like calling them out or anything, because if I'm playing the same thing in vanilla, you would get tempted. I would get tempted because I don't want to waste X amount of time to But if you do that, the cause and effect of doing that is that you lose interest of the game later on because the value of what you
yeah, I
have,
agree.
you lose the value of it. It's essentially as everything else, right? Or anything else. If it's easy to get, there's not much value. If it's hard to get, then and you put the effort to it, then you value it even more.
So going to the next question, Ig. This is from Berting Labra. Kung
Mhm.
red ang kulay ng strawberry, may pag-asa bang makapag-grind ulit ng legendary?
Yes. Yes, yes. Wait, medyo nalito ako dun sa question eh. Kung red ang kulay
Yeah,
ng
ng
strawberry.
strawberry.
What?
He just had to make it rhyme.
Okay.
Speaking of legendary, so there are items that's gonna be carried on from the last season.
The legendaries from last season,
Yeah.
going to be a bit different. It's not gonna be the same, but sort of the same. I'll show you one legendary weapon right now, which is yung gamit ko, which is called the Eternity. So that's just one of them. But yeah, we've added a few things and removed a few things from last season.
And next question naman, galing kay Pusang Gala. May marketplace ba this season?
100% yes, we're using Marketplace.
I think marketplace gives a lot of flavor sa kasi you can transact with a lot of people. And
Mhm.
if you can see who's selling, you can just message the person and alam mo yun, patawad ka personally via
Mhm.
public or private chat.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's one of the things that I miss when I played season 4. The marketplace from season 3 is really big. Yung palitan ng things is really
Yeah,
like big,
that's
unlike
true.
season 4 wherein meron na ng division from both clans. So that's one of the things that I really miss.
It gives items more value with the marketplace, and it's good. I guess, yeah. We'll do that. We'll sort that out.
Question naman from Bellamy. How will this season be different? I think we answered this earlier. Ito na lang. Kamusta mga admins this season?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a bit different this season. There's only going to be one admin. That's it. There's only going to be one admin for this season. If you have one admin for the in-game admin, I think that's pretty much it. That's it.
I think we're on the last question now. This is connected to the mods. This is from Aeterna. Anong armor mods natin dyan? And also, I'll add na rin yung kay Kimberly. Ilang variants po ng dragon ang meron for this season?
Let's just say the dragon. There's more than three. There's more than three variations of dragons. But the basic one would be the mountain dragon, yung nakita nyo, the modder type. Because there's different types of dragons. The modder
Ooh.
one is the mountain dragon, and then
That's
you
the
got the
first one that
father.
we can get.
Yeah, that's the first one you can craft.
Oh.
Oh, it's
And
craftable.
yeah, because the
It's
approach of that one is going to craft it.
craftable. It's cool.
And what was the other question?
I think it's about armor mods.
Yeah. So with the armor mods, I'm still 50-50 on that, since I think we're gonna be using again epic loot instead of jewel crafting. Reason being is I like the ways of being able to craft something, enchant a weapon, enchant an armor, also be able to pick it up on a monster na pinatay mo. There's a chance. And it's just less stress for the server because there's no jewels everywhere, like adding to the lag of the server.
Yeah,
That's
that
why
makes
I'm
sense.
replacing that. I'm removing the jewels. There's just so much jewels in the map that all the yung mga animations and everything, that the VFX and everything, it just adds to the cost of the lag. So I'm replacing that with that. The cool thing is you can still craft the legendaries and enchant the legendaries even more and make it a lot more stronger. That's the cool part, right?
Oh
Um,
my god.
and then the armor, I don't know. Maybe I'll be using South Seal, maybe, possibly, and then a few things on that I've created, mga helmets, and maybe, okay, don't. It's not 100% yet. Maybe I'll release the dragon armor set. Yeah.
Speaking of armor, will
Mhm.
there be clan exclusive items like last season?
Possibly capes, possibly, but it's not 100%. Para ma-identify, if you want to be identified as your clan, then you wear the cape of Draconians or Valkyrians. It's up to you. But
Okay.
we will be revamping everything, what they look like, yung logos as well.
Okay, so thank you so much, Igdra, for your
Mhm.
time for this
No
first
worries.
ever Echoes of Valhalla podcast. And guys, I hope na na-excite kayo sa posibleng mangyari sa Season 5 ng RTV. Igdra, do you have any final messages for our listeners?
I don't know. Just have fun. That's all I can say. Enjoy the game and have fun. That's the most important thing. Enjoy the small things in life and enjoy Valheim. That's it.
Well said. All right, folks. Thank you so much for listening to the first episode of Echoes of Valhalla. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Hey guys, kita-kits na lang sa game.